Hey everyone, welcome back to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast. I'm Mark. That's Ryan. Hi Ryan.
Hello.
Movie in theaters tomorrow, August 22nd, from director Ron Howard, plus, starring Jude Law, plus, Vanessa Kirby, plus, Anna de Armas, plus, Daniel Brühl, plus, a lot of pluses here. Sydney Sweeney, plus.
Sure.
Eden. We'll talk about Sydney Sweeney. Hold on.
No, it's just we don't have to.
No,
She gets talked about way too much, particularly for off screen. Anyway, we'll keep going.
Yeah, Eden, based on a factual account of a group of outsiders who settle on a remote island in the Galapagos, only to discover the greatest that isn't the brutal climate or deadly wildlife, but each other. So people are the real monsters. It is, in fact, based on a true story, of which there are two extant versions.
Yes.
Each written by the wife. There are two wives in this movie. And each of them, one of them wrote a version, and the other one wrote a rebuttal to said version of events. Because one wife, quote unquote, won the argument, and one wife lost the argument on the island. Jude Law plays a guy that is convinced that humanity he's basically Thanos. He believes that humanity it's not worth saving in its current form, and it needs to evolve.
And he's going to write a book that will help that evolution.
It's not a book; it's a manifesto.
Yeah, it's a book. Anyway,
I know they have that argument. Vanessa Kirby is his partner, not wife.
Definitely,
and they've been on this island for 4 years.
And she is there curing herself
of multiple sclerosis. That is the idea of why she is there.
Yes.
He writes letters back to England, and they get published in the newspaper as this great adventure yarn. And so he's famous, but doesn't know it, and doesn't care because he hates society.
Which is, at least that is what he claims.
That is what he claims. So Daniel Brühl brings his wife, Sydney Sweeney, and his son from his dead first wife to the island because his son was prescribed to go to a sanitarium for his health, but they couldn't afford it. But they decided that this island was the opportunity to treat him and get away and go on this grand adventure that they've been sold by.
Yes, by the newspaper accounts.
Yeah. Jude Law's character doesn't really like that they have visitors, and tries to sabotage them at every opportunity.
Yes.
Not like overtly, but like, you can stay in these caves, and there's your trickle of water.
Yes, and then he will say that there's no way they'll survive.
Right.
The only problem being that Jude Law's character is wrong quite a few times in this film.
He is wrong a lot in this movie.
But
the real trouble starts after Daniel Brühl's family doesn't fail.
No.
They start growing a garden up where Jude Law is absolutely convinced they can't grow a garden. They get a cow. They get one of the wild cows on the island and pen it up. So now they have milk because Sydney Sweeney is pregnant and they're going to need milk. But the real trouble. So then there's just a little bit of, I can't believe he did that. But nothing really untoward at this point.
Yeah. They're disgruntled neighbors,
but they're not even close. So it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then Anna de Armas shows up.
The Baroness.
The Countess de blah 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 blah, and her three little boy toys. Her bodyguard, her engineer.
I don't know. What is the other guy? I don't know
what the other guy was. Oh, I think just her boy toy.
Maybe.
So she's convinced that she's going to build a resort on this island. She is not prepared for this island. And immediately things start going bad for her, which means for her to continue to try to lord her countesshood uh, over these people and maintain her position in a society that neither of the other groups want to be part of, she starts causing trouble, and that's when the trouble starts.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, she is able to use her sexuality
yep.
to get her way, and when she doesn't get her way, she uses her sexuality to make someone else get her way.
Yes.
She's just sort of what? She's a parasite.
She is. She is a parasite. So let's talk about this movie in general. Then, great cast, great director,
Yes.
theoretically a good story, but the entire time I was watching it, I was like, "This is like Triangle of Sadness,"
Yeah.
and a couple other movies like that, and stories like that. But this one kind of, I'm sure that the broad strokes of this really did happen, the
Yeah.
way
Oh,
they're laid out.
yes.
So it's weird to see how much no one knows this story, I guess, unless the people that are writing all those other movies were familiar with it and taking
Yeah.
bits of it.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's not particularly good.
I thought it was okay. I mean, I thought it was in at least the problem is we know where it's going,
Yeah,
and
if you don't know the story, you don't know who is going to come out on
no,
top.
but you know that this is not going to work,
Yes, this will not end well.
and the question is, how long will it take us to get to that point? And
It
the
takes two
issue that
hours and 9 minutes.
and that's the problem. When you know, I don't know what 30 minutes in exactly, well, or in the area of how this is going to go,
Right.
then you have to spend another hour and a half to get there.
Yep.
That's problematic. Unless you can make that journey more interesting than this film does. I think the performances are really quite good, generally speaking. Um, I don't know that we get inside of anyone's head particularly. I
Not
don't know.
until late.
Yeah. Yeah, it is probably Sydney Sweeney's film, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
feel like it
it,
doesn't ever
that,
feel like that.
no, not until you get to the end.
Yeah.
However, I was impressed by her performance.
I thought she was fine. I mean, and when you're among that level of talent, being fine probably means you're actually doing quite well.
Right.
Um, the boy toys leave
They're
no
wasted.
memory. They leave no memory.
No.
Everyone else in the film, at least you remember the characters. Um, uh, whether you like them or not is up to you. Um, I don't know. Again, I didn't not like the film. I just thought we should have got there a lot more quickly, and I think you could have gotten there a lot more quickly because things go sour so quickly
Yeah.
that it's incredibly clear that what the remedy is. The question is are they willing to remedy the situation?
Yes.
Um,
And when one of the people that can remedy the situation is a pacifist
well,
and a vegetarian.
and a hypocrite. And,
And well, yes.
at pretty much, look, it's easy to be an intelligent philosopher living on an island when there's no one there to disagree with you.
And nothing goes wrong.
Exactly. Where it's you versus maybe nature.
Right.
And if you have the will, you can figure out a way to survive nature. Although there are times where I wonder how in the world did they actually he doesn't come across as the maybe it's her. Maybe she's the one, but then I don't know. I don't. There's a lot of weird dynamics and things that don't really get explained, which is fine. But I do question how long this duo really would have been able, as presented, to survive on this island because I don't know that I completely buy that aspect of
Yeah,
it.
but well, again, based on inspired by true events,
Yeah, I just think that there's
based
probably something
based
we're
on
not getting.
somebody's account
Yeah, I
of
think there's
of
some
true events.
element of it that we have not been told. But
Yeah, so
it's I thought it's
it's interesting to watch people.
yeah.
Some of these people are not particularly interesting to watch,
Yeah, and it's I mean
but some of
it's
them are. Like Daniel Brühl, always compelling.
yeah, I mean and I think that's the thing. It comes down to this is no one's best film.
Right.
Or best performance, and again, I'm not really counting in the boy toys. Um, but I think there is some good work here. I just wish that it was more compelling than it is in the end.
Yeah. Um, I don't remember where they shot it. I read it somewhere.
Mm.
It gorgeous cinematography.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful looking film. It's a well shot film. Is it a well directed film? Well, it needs the pace again. It goes back to the pace.
Yeah. They either need to stretch out the beginning or speed up the
Something.
end.
Yeah, something. I'm not sure how to fix it. I think it is fixable. It's just not completely obvious to me what that fix is.
Yeah, you'd have to see what bits are left on the editing bay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, like I said, it's not I said it's not a particularly good film. It's not a particularly bad film,
No.
but it's not. I feel like you're right. It's nobody's best work. From the actors to Ron Howard, it's no one's best work. But nobody here just absolutely craps the bed.
Well, and I did see someone else made an interesting point, and I do think that most Ron Howard films you are drawn in by connection, or you're drawn in. And this is a film that's quite the opposite. You're pushed away by
That's true. Everyone is pushing everyone.
yeah. I mean, the majority of these characters are pushing you away rather than there's no one here that you really want to connect with. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
Or at least you don't want to be like, oh yeah, that's me.
Because I know I'm no one in this. Except maybe
Yeah.
grumpy old Jude Law.
Yeah. Grumpy
Maybe
old
that's
Jude
where I'm
Law.
at in my life. I'm grumpy old Jude Law.
Yeah, well don't throw anything.
No, and shoot at the typewriter.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a difficult movie to enjoy, I guess. Because nothing about this movie is enjoyable in the movie, which makes it hard to enjoy anything. I mean, this movie's basically nothing but suffering, which is kind of his point.
Yeah.
Until the suffering becomes, we must bear our suffering until we can't anymore, and then we have to go
And
take
then
care
what?
of it.
Yeah, and then what?
Yeah, so the hypocritical stuff is always good. But then at the end, by the end of the film, it is really Sydney Sweeney's movie.
Yeah, it just
Because
didn't
her
really
character kind
yeah.
of takes the lead in the cleanup of things, which puts her in the driver's seat.
Well, and she is also, if you're going to connect with anyone, it's got to be her because she's just kind of been pulled into this situation. It's not what she thought it was going to be. It's not
No.
what she expected. It's not, there's a lot going on here.
Yep.
But so maybe that's where the error is that we didn't get to see this more through her eyes. And there's a particular incident that happens in the film that hardly gets mentioned after that kind of, but there's just certain things. There's stuff that bugs me here and there. I yeah.
Yeah.
I think some better character development probably would have helped this one.
Yeah. I don't disagree. So yeah, that is Eden from director Ron Howard. It is in theaters tomorrow, Friday, August 22nd. Check it out. I mean, like I said, I'll bet this is gorgeous on a big screen.
Yes.
Just because of the way it's shot. I'll bet it's beautiful. It is beautiful to look at, but I bet it's even more beautiful on a big old screen. So check it out. Don't forget to like us, follow us on social media. Let us know what you think of what we're doing. And if you disagree with us about a film or if you agree with us, let us know that too. That's always welcome. Plenty of good films in theaters. Go find one or two and have a good weekend. But until we talk to you again, stay safe, be good. I'm Mark. That's Ryan. Bye, Ryan.
See you, folks.
And we'll talk to you later.